It was chaos. People were panicked, said one. We fled without taking anything that would help us get through this hunger, said another. Israeli and US authorities left trying to work out how to better distribute aid after hundreds of thousands of Gazans desperate for food tried to get help as it began to be distributed. Shots were fired into the air to try to stop the crush as people broke through fences as well. Well, in the last hour, the UN Refugee Agency has been speaking. Let's hear what they had to say.
The model of aid distribution proposed by Israel does not align with core humanitarian principles. It will deprive large parts of Gaza, the highly vulnerable people, of desperately needed assistance. We have seen yesterday the shocking images of hungry people pushing against fences, desperate for food. It was chaotic, undignified and unsafe. I believe it is a waste of resources and a distraction from atrocities.
Noga, we heard there joining us from Jerusalem. UNRWA very critical, perhaps not surprisingly, of what happened there amid new attempts, we're told, as well, to try to distribute more aid today.
That's right. The criticism is coming in from all sides and in all manners. I'd like to quote just from the last hour or so a former defense minister of Israel, Avigdor Lieberman, who is in the opposition to Prime Minister Netanyahu, who claims outright that this entire scheme is a kind of shoddy secret operation being funded by the Israeli Defense Ministry. Improperly, he adds. He's requesting that the Attorney General of Israel investigate what is really going on because, as the UNRWA representative just said, it appears that this entire initiative, while it may bring food, desperately needed food, to some people, is more or less planned to serve Israel's political and strategic interests, this government's interests, rather than the interest of getting food to the widest range of people in the fastest manner possible.
In the meantime, Noga, it comes as well, doesn't it, on the 600th day after the October 2023 attacks on Israel. Many demonstrations, of course, in support of the hostages there today.
Yes, the chaos comes on chaos. So these images from Gaza came as Israelis, thousands of Israelis are engaged in a very wide range of anti-war protests today all over the country. Highways were blocked starting at 6:29 a.m. this morning, the anniversary of the moment that the war began 600 days ago. There are protests in Jerusalem, in Tel Aviv, as I said, highways. And it is a protest that started out being months ago now, maybe a year ago, a protest demanding that the government do everything possible to bring the hostages home. But this is turning more and more into clearly anti-war protests. The signs you see on Israeli highways, in lawns, in front of schools are "End the War, End the Madness."
And finally, Noga, there's another new line which the New York Times is reporting on today that's starting to re-report it over there as well. Tell us about this.
That's right. As if there wasn't enough anarchic news today, the New York Times is reporting that Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has threatened U.S. President Donald Trump that Israel will unilaterally attack Iranian nuclear facilities so as to scuttle the U.S. efforts to achieve a diplomatic deal with Iran. Now, the Israeli Prime Minister's office issued a very laconic response saying this is fake news, but we haven't gotten any real denial of the facts of the matter as reported. And in fact, this comes on the heels of several days of increasingly intense reporting in Israeli media of difficult and fractious relations between the United States and Israel. None less than the Secretary of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem, who was in Israel in recent days, and she told Fox News, quote, that she had a very candid conversation with Prime Minister Netanyahu about these matters. So we're getting a clearer picture about tensions on that front as well.